Spark Books here. Today, I'm going to explain the book, How to Be Heard, by Julian Treasure. Take care, enjoy the book, and have a nice day. How to Be Heard, 2017, identifies proven ways to become a powerful speaker, the kind that commands people's attention and keeps them hanging on your every word. Author Julian Treasure also examines the steps people can take to improve their listening skills, allowing them to better understand what's being said and making the listener feel that they're being heard. These tips can help improve both communication skills and our most important relationships. Key idea number 1. Sound has several effects. Even if we ignore some sounds, sound is crucial to us. Surprisingly, sound affects us physiologically and psychologically. Sound affects our health, especially sleep. Traffic noise deprives 8 million Western Europeans of sleep, according to the WHO. This increases stress, sadness, immune system weakness, and rage and aggression. Music can evoke emotions and images in our minds, according to a Lund University study. When people hear the first 2 notes of John Williams' Jaws theme song, they think of sharks and become frightened. Sound also affects our cognition and productivity. Overheard chats in open workspaces can impair productivity by 2/3, according to research. A 1,800-person British poll found that noise cost workers 2 hours per day. Finally, sound affects our conduct. Our Rex Parris, the mayor of Lancaster, California, installed speakers on the boulevard to play bird songs, lapping water, and other soothing sounds to reduce crime. Lancaster's sheriff reported a 15% decline in crime, which made news. Now that we grasp sound's promise, let's examine its challenges. Key idea number 2, hyperbole, people-pleasing, and emotional avoidance hinder communication. It's demoralizing to speak to no one. Let's start by avoiding some frequent mistakes to improve your communication skills. We use hyperboles like wonderful and brilliant to describe mundane things like new shoes. This devalues the word's true meaning, making them less effective. Our obsession with being right makes us miss the other person's point. Researchers revealed that US and Canadian doctors interrupt and correct patients 18 seconds into their statements. People-pleasing might also hurt your message. In our impressionable teens, we dress and act like others to fit in. Unfortunately, listeners typically view people-pleasers as inauthentic and untrustworthy. How we handle emotionally charged circumstances hinders communication. People often stay quiet or try to soothe an incident's feelings. The author's aunt remembers when her parents returned from the hospital after her pregnant mom was set to give birth. Her parents kept quiet about the stillborn baby. This incident would damage their contact for years. Key idea number 3, experience improves listening abilities, and what we say can hurt. People love to argue how much DNA determines our abilities and faults. Our listening and speaking skills are also discussed. However, research has revealed that human experiences, not genes, impact our listening skills. Twin studies imply that their unique experiences shape their abilities. Even identical twins with almost identical DNA and upbringing can have differing listening skills. If one twin spent more time watching TV and the other reading, the bookworm will likely have stronger listening abilities. Data reveals that listening is emotional. In the honeymoon phase, couples are more likely to listen. Speaking is crucial since our words profoundly affect how others view us. Gerald Ratner's April 1991 Institute of Directors conference address was notorious. Ratner represented his UK jewelry chain, Ratner's. In a self-deprecating speech, he stated his store's items are cheap because they're crap and don't last as long as prawn sandwiches. Ratner's comments caused press headlines, forcing customers to shun the stores and the company's worth to drop by £500 million. After Gerald Ratner's remarks, Ratner's went from preeminent jeweler to bankrupt. Key idea number 4, eye contact and empathetic listening strengthen communication. Do you know someone who avoids dialogue-heavy movies? You may work with someone who constantly asks others to recap meetings. These are some symptoms that someone needs help with listening. Luckily, there are several fast tips to improve listening. First, eye contact improves listening. Social scientist Michael Argyle writes in Bodily Communication that humans make eye contact 70% of the time when listening and 40% when speaking. Eye contact indicates that we aren't multitasking while listening, which spreads our focus and reduces our mental resources. With eye contact, we show respect by paying attention and receive insight into the speaker's feelings and intent, making us better listeners. Empathetic listening can also help you understand a speaker and build greater relationships. Marisu Pickering, a leading interpersonal communication expert at the University of Maine, lists 4 traits of empathetic listening: putting others' feelings and thoughts before our own, letting your guard down and being open with your emotions and opinions, imagining ourselves in others' experiences and perspectives, and avoiding judgment or criticism while being receptive. These actions and empathic listening will help you understand and bond with others. Parents typically criticize instead of empathize. When a youngster expresses her concerns, parents often criticize or offer solutions. Neither of these reactions makes the youngster feel emotionally understood, which might undermine the bond and hinder the child from communicating her ideas and feelings in the future. However, if the parent validates the child's sentiments, their relationship will improve. Key idea number 5: use storytelling and plain words to communicate. Even though speaking and listening go together, society emphasizes speaking. Let's look at how to be heard now that we've covered improved listening. Classic narrative cliches are a great way to get your message through. Everyone loves a thrilling hero's journey with a joyful conclusion. According to a study of 1,737 works of fiction, rags to riches stories like Cinderella are the most popular. If possible, use this template. Intentional narrative is another tool. In 2012, Brian Stevenson gave a TED Talk on U.S. judicial system inequity. His address captivated the audience, who gave him a standing ovation. These instruments are useless unless your message is clear. Academics and politicians utilize jargon that confuses and bores most people. John F. Kennedy and Barack Obama, two of the best political speakers, employ basic, unambiguous language to attract applause. Kennedy's 1961 statement, "I believe that this nation should commit itself to realizing the objective, before this decade is through, of putting a man on the moon," inspired millions of Americans. The 2010 Plain Writing Act, another Obama signature, forbade federal entities from employing unintelligible language. Key idea number 6: good posture and volume can prevent garbled or irritating speech. Pop musicians and actors are idolized in our culture because we assume they were born to perform. But this misconception is unfounded. Performance requires talent. If you hate public speaking, you can improve. Public speakers should start with proper posture. Tense voices are unsuitable for public speaking. A text neck develops from hunching over laptops and staring down at devices. Stand erect and lean against a wall to check for text neck. Exercise your neck muscles if it naturally juts forward. Imagine a thread pulling your head straight up with your chin tucked in as your back is against the wall. Daily, do this. Be mindful of volume. Sodcasting is a new term for noisy people who are unaware of their impact. It originally referred to teens blasting music on buses and trains, but it can simply mean someone is unaware of their vocal volume. In an airport lounge, the author saw individuals happily surfing on their laptops. Then a man on his phone entered, talking loudly enough to disturb everyone. Be different. Instead, watch your voice volume and use. Loudness might annoy your listeners and detract from your message. Since listening and speaking are intertwined, you must first learn to listen well. Empathetic listening will help you understand what you're saying and communicate it best. To view more content like this, subscribe. Don't forget to like and turn on notifications. The channel really benefits from it. I appreciate you being here.